Hello, welcome to Ra-El Bull. I'm a professional astrologer and holistic wellness practitioner. Thanks so much for choosing to spend these precious minutes of your time with me today. This is the monthly general astrology overview for October 2024. I'm your host and guide, Ephemeral. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. I'm really thankful for your thoughtful support. August and September were both heavy with retrograde energies and challenging angles. Last month, fortunately, we had trines with Uranus, Pluto, and Saturn, and a very auspicious Venus-Jupiter trine mid-month. September began with a powerful Virgo New Moon and abundant Earth energy activations, setting the stage for important progress in the physical domains, including our routines, work, and health. We had a very special Neptune-conjunct Piscean full moon lunar eclipse that resonated with the extraordinary Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in April of 2022. Around the Fall Equinox, we had a strong Grand Earth Trine that echoed the magical transformations of epic day January 2024. September closed out with big healing aspects, including a Water Trine, a Chiron-Jupiter sextile, and an 8-hour Mercury Cazimi in Libra. At the beginning of October, we'll have our deliverance from the eclipse tunnel that began on September 17 in the form of a Libra New Moon solar eclipse. Later in the month, we'll experience 4 splendid Venusian blessings and 2 sweet opportunity angles, all of it distributed evenly throughout October. Like July, October is rich in planetary blessings with 9 trines, 4 sextiles, and wonderful lunar action. There is, however, plenty of square action, 6 squares in total, but the positive aspects strongly outnumber the negatives in October. So grab your natal astrology chart, roll up your sleeves with me, and let's do that 8 of Pentacles magic together so we can be prepared to leverage the powerful launch of energies that begins with the Libra New Moon eclipse tunnel exit on October 2nd, 2024. The Libra new moon and solar eclipse is at 11:49 a.m. That's at 10 degrees, 3 minutes Libra. Eclipses bring fated events and typically have an impact period lasting several weeks on either side. They come in pairs, 2 weeks apart. You're likely already feeling the impact of this tunnel. The first eclipse occurred on September 17 with the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. That was at 25 degrees, 47 minutes Pisces. So this solar eclipse in Libra is the exit from the 2-week eclipse period that began with that rare supermoon, which was bookended by beautiful trines featuring Jupiter, Venus, the Sun, Uranus, and Pluto. The moon's powers and experiential domains of the human awareness, emotions, intuition, instinct, the unconscious, the psychic, have profound impacts on Libran energies and domains, which are about relationships, fairness, diplomacy, justice, and balance more broadly. New moons are occasions for releases, resets, new beginnings, and initiations. The moon's intuitive, emotive, and psychic capacities in the sign of Libra resonate strongly with fairness, diplomacy, justice, and balance more broadly. Libra is cardinal air energy, strongly pointed, directional, linear, forward-looking, mental, and communicative. The moon's positive feminine emotion qualities, kindness, compassion, empathy, and so on, are highly supportive of Libran fairness, balance, and diplomacy. However, the moon's abstract, formless, unknown and unknowable, watery and obscure, energetic nature is not a natural complement to Libran cardinal air qualities. As a result, indecision, intransigence, stagnation, and stalemate sometimes manifest. The net result here is that this is a tremendously powerful new moon for positive new starts in life rebalances, relationships, and legal matters, especially as those intersect with the Venusian ruled domains, aesthetics, possessions, money, and love. Know what natal houses this falls in your birth chart to get a deeper level of understanding and to identify the domains of life experience where you'll feel this. Here's a final note about this new moon. It's conjunct black moon Lilith. That means both the sun and moon are conjunct with the dark lunar goddess, and Mercury joins this conjunction party as well. Both Mercury and the sun conjunct Lilith on either side of the new moon on the 2nd. Mercury does that on the 1st, and the sun on the 3rd, around 10 to 11 degrees of Libra. Balanced, fair-minded, diplomatic, loving Libra supports Lilith, whose journey is that of the outcast, rebel, misunderstood genius, and fiercely independent artist. With Mercury and the sun in the mix, we have our thought, communication, mobility, and our sense of self and the source of our life energy and life purpose intersecting a Libran Lilith. Conjunctions, the most powerful aspect in astrology, can cut positively, negatively, and neutrally all at the same time. Be mindful of the Lilith qualities as they impact within solar and mercurial domains. This Lilith Cazimi can be a powerful recharge and repurification of our Lilith inner selves. Our ability to express and mobilize the inner rebel, outcast, and artist will be exceptionally strong. This is good for masculine-feminine relationships and energy balancing acts, so to speak, which is good because on the 4th and 5th, we have a couple mixed aspects that speak to those same dynamics. Event period 2, the first half of October. On the 4th, in the wake of the mercurial Lilithian Libra solar eclipse, our Scorpionic Venus water trines Piscean Saturn. The trine is wonderfully favorable, of course, but neither planet is in great dignity in these signs, and Saturn is retrograde. But we'll take anything we can get during a tumultuous eclipse tunnel. Love, aesthetics, and wealth. Feel the positive vibes of grounded, disciplined, orderly, demanding Saturn, despite the muted powers of this trine. The following day, the 5th, Mercury squares Mars. That's at 17 degrees, 33 minutes, Libra, Cancer, 11:36 p.m. This happens about every 6 months. We have our ambition, drive, and passion harshly aspecting with our thinking, communication, and mobility. Fortunately, Cancerian Mars is in an applying water trine with Venus, so we'll have her support in the coming days. That becomes exact on the 8th, and that's at 3:21 a.m., 18 degrees, 38 minutes, Scorpio, Cancer. Also on the 8th, Mercury air trines Jupiter, 5:22 a.m., that's at 21 degrees, 20 minutes, Libra, Gemini. And a couple hours later, he's in opposition to Chiron, that's 7:36 a.m., about 21 degrees, Libra, Aries. The following day, the 9th, Geminian Jupiter comes to a dead halt. Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, so his powers are dimmed, but planets in standstill are at their most powerful when they prepare to station retrograde or direct. This occurs at Gemini, 21 degrees, 20 minutes, 12:04 a.m., and he'll be retrograde until February 5 next year, when he stations direct in Gemini at 11 degrees, 16 minutes. Abundance, expansion, luck, joy are the gifts we can expect at this time, so know what natal house this falls in your chart. Thankfully, perhaps, 2 days later on the 11th at 5:32 p.m., Pluto follows suit. He terminates his retrograde motion in Capricorn to 29 degrees, 38 minutes, as he stations direct. The waxing gibbous moon conjuncts Pluto on this day. We should be prepared for powerful emotions, intuitions, and visions at this time, particularly as they might relate to Pluto in Capricorn matters. Banking institutions, our security, our foundations, stability, etc. The next day, the 12th, our now oh so slowly retrograding Jupiter sextiles wounded healer sage Chiron. That's 12:34 a.m., 21 degrees, 19 minutes, Gemini, Aries. This reflects opportunities for healing our inner wounds, especially as they might relate to our Aries or Gemini natal houses. On the universal level, this includes things like neighbors, siblings, mobility, local travel, and also our ambition, willpower, drive, and passion. The 13th has 5 transits we'll discuss, and the following 2 days, the 14th and 15th, there are 4 more transits. This is quite the bouillabaisse of personal planet and luminarian energetic ingredients. While the sun is strongly activating Chiron, Jupiter, and Mars, The moon is waxing to fullness in Pisces and Aries, both of which are strongly responsive to lunar attributes. Let's look at each of the planets and luminaries separately. Mercury squares with Chiron and Pluto and entry into Scorpio, a sign known for deep investigation, research, occluded power, and secrecy, point to tension or choice points with thinking, communication, and mobility on the one hand, and eighth house matters on the other, taxes, banking, wills and estates, etc., or occult knowledge. Venus trines with Rahu, the North Node, and Neptune will bring positive rewards in money, aesthetics, and love, as well as artistic, creative, and spiritual matters. However, her Uranus opposition can mean creative faux pas or unexpected outcomes in Venusian concerns. Mars square with Chiron and the Sun suggests some conflict with our internal healing or some imbalance between our energy levels and motivation on the one hand and our optimism and outlook on the other. On the positive side, the Sun's opposition with Chiron can be powerfully healing and uplifting, especially in Libran matters like legalities and relationships or Aryan concerns like ambition and willpower. The Sun's trine with Jupiter means big, joyful abundance, luck, and expansion, likely in Geminian or Libran matters. Altogether, the rich soup of energies offers up a wonderful plot in the 7-course meal that crests with the highly blessed Aries full moon on Magical Day 17. That's at 24 degrees 34 minutes Aries, 4:26 a.m. The moon's powers and experiential domains of human awareness, emotions, intuition, instinct, the unconscious, the psychic, are very supportive of our Aries qualities: ambition, willpower, energy, drive, and passion. In general, our emotions, psychic abilities, and intuition are amplified, meaning our joy, love, imagination, and creativity are stimulated. However, there are shadow aspects. The dark sides of our emotional bodies can prevail. We can become selfish, angry, frustrated, and impulsive with the moon in Aries. Full moons are about completions, endings, and full moonations. Look back at what you intended to accomplish 6 months ago for the Aries new moon in April. That was on the 8th at 19 degrees 23 minutes. You'll likely discover the full arc of whatever journey of desire or goal you set at that time. Full moons are also about illuminations and revelations. Things that have been obscured become revealed in Luna's white light. Another way to understand the full moon is the triple goddess, maiden, mother, crone, with the full moon in the central position, holding the creation power of the mother. Full moons are oppositions between the sun and the moon, so again, the key here is to understand the polarities of the solar and lunar energies within the signs and houses where they're found. This is the key to fruition and manifestation in the case of projects we've been trying all month long, or since the prior Aries new moon in this case, to bring to completion. In the case of conflicts or crises, it's the key to resolution and integration. The same day of the full moon, the 17th, we have 3 other very positive aspects. First, about 1 hour after the full moon, Venus sextiles Pluto at 5:30 a.m. That's 29 degrees 38 minutes, Scorpio, Capricorn. Second, Venus quits her detriment sign, Scorpio, and enters high-minded, adventurous, worldly, just, lucky, and abundant Sagittarius at 12:29 p.m. Last, just half an hour after the full moon is exact, the moon enters her exaltation sign of Taurus. That's at 1 p.m. on the 17th. This is a beautiful magical day, 17. Please see my video introduction to Project 17 if you wish to experience the first Gate of the Firehorse project in the portfolio. And be sure to do that a few days before this fantastically magical Aries full moon and Taurus moon that I just described on October 17. This magical day 17 sets the stage for the second half of October. The third week of October, we have some strong solar Plutonian energy on magical day 22 and a very positive, rich, dark cocktail of energies involving Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Uranus. Mercury trines Saturn 11:34 p.m. on the 21st, 13 degrees 11 minutes, Scorpio, Pisces. This is wonderfully empowering for banking, security, taxes, and similar matters, as well as for institutional and governmental concerns. Mars sextiles Uranus, 5:12 p.m., that's at 26 degrees, 10 minutes, Cancer Taurus on the 24th. This opportunity presenting angle made by Cancerian Mars and Taurian Uranus speaks to positive developments relating to home, family, real property, money, beauty, and love. In the middle of those two aspects, the Sun enters Scorpio and squares Scorpio's ruler Pluto on the 22nd. That's 29 degrees, 40 minutes, Libra Capricorn, 7:15 a.m. A few hours later, the Sun enters Scorpio, that's at 3:15 p.m. 4 days later, on the 28th, we have a triple aspect cluster. Mars trines Neptune, 5:30 a.m., that's at 27 degrees, 34 minutes, Cancer Pisces. This suggests a positive recharge of Neptunian matters, creativity and spirituality in particular. It can also mean we're able to penetrate through illusions and confusion, especially as they regard the Martian matters, our self-ambition, drive, passion, etc., or as they regard things governed by the house in our natal chart, which is ruled by Mars. At 6:34 a.m., Venus squares Saturn, that's 12 degrees, 58 minutes, Sagittarius, Pisces. Venus squares Saturn occurs a couple times each year, and it reminds us that beauty, love, and money are subject to Saturn's restraints, constraints, restrictions, and limitations. Venus in Sagittarius could easily be related to foreign travel, especially air travel. Saturn in watery Pisces reminds us that water is immensely powerful and can be seriously destructive. Check your plumbing, your boats, and your swimming pools. Be careful about boating accidents. Avoid air travel at this time if possible as well. At 4:23 p.m., Venus sextiles Lilith. That's 13 degrees, 27 minutes, Sagittarius, Libra. Recall that at the outset of the month, we had a Lilithian Libran New Moon, which yielded a Lilith Cazimi, a potent solar recharge and repurification of our inner self, Lilith. Our ability to express and mobilize the inner rebel, outcast, and artist was uplifted strongly. Now, with Venus blessing the dark, fierce, rebel creatrix goddess, Lilith's kinder and loving sensibilities are accessible to us. This presents some wonderful opportunities for diplomacy, balance in relationships, and fairness in legal matters. This aspect is ideal support for mediations and reconciliations, and we can add to that the Venusian fields of aesthetics, artistry, design, creativity, etc. The month closes out with a slew of intense mercurial energy. On the 30th, at 3:14 p.m., Mercury opposes Uranus. That's nearly 26 degrees, Scorpio Taurus. When the god of thought, communication, and mobility stands in opposition to his much wiser and more powerful big brother, known for his unpredictability, novelty, and originality, life gets interesting. Uranus in Taurus is about big changes in the physical, and Mercury in Scorpio is the meticulous researcher, analyst, and investigator. This transit occurs at least once each year, so it's not uncommon, but not super rare either. Money, property, our values, and physical concerns, food, our bodies, luxury goods, even love may come into focus in some extraordinary or shocking manner at this time. Something dramatic along these lines may be discovered or become the object of some intense communication, and short trips or local commuting might be at the forefront of the matter. The following day, the 31st, which is Halloween in the US and other places, Mercury trines Neptune. That's 5:33 p.m., 27 degrees, 30 minutes, Scorpio, Pisces. This, too, is a once-a-year aspect that is highly favorable in the mental body with our speech and writing, and for mercurial matters like mobility, our attention to our health, work, and our routines. It's positive for creativity and spirituality, and Mercury's transit of Scorpio amplifies our abilities to think deeply and uncover valuable new insights. As November begins, we have more scorpionic intensifications. On November 1st, we have a Scorpio new moon. That's 9 degrees, 35 minutes, Scorpio, 5:46 a.m. The next day, the 2nd of November, Mercury trines Mars. That's at 29 degrees, 21 minutes, Scorpio, Cancer, 1:21 a.m. A new moon here, there's at least one each year, of course, is intensely emotional and holds great potential for transformation. Mercury trining Mars is a wonderful aspect on this day, which, coupled with the Neptune trine, forms a beautiful grand water trine, which we'll discuss at length in the November video. The bottom line for this burst of mercurial energies on the 30th and into the first few days of November is this. The Uranus opposition may be disruptive or surprising. The water trines with both Mars and Neptune, however, point to very supportive, emotive, energetic developments, likely relating to home and family, spirituality, or creativity. Find out where the 3 triangle points land in your natal chart for more insights. We might experience deep transformational events in these areas, and our capacities for empathy, unity, selflessness, and compassion will harmonize or expand into our awareness. So that wraps up my general astrology overview for October 2024. We emerge from the Aries Libra eclipse fiery wind tunnel at the outset of the month and enjoy a buffet of blessings, many of them Venusian, emotional in nature and resonant with Cancerian and Piscean matters, and strongly activating the nobler and auspicious qualities of Black Moon Lilith, who's repurified and recharged by her Cazimi. We have our second consecutive number 17 super full moon in a row, this time in jubilant and energized Aries, strongly powered up by Venus and the energies of Taurus. The month's end brings gifts of Mercury, Mars, and Neptune, who form a grand water trine, followed promptly by big, positive, scorpionic solar and lunar magic. Along the way, we collide with more real-life walls and decision points and engage more Plutonic, Martian, and Saturnian squares that demand our self-actualization and challenge us to new self-empowerments and alchemies. This foreground action stands against the epochal shifts of Pluto turning direct in Capricorn for the final time until he re-enters that sign in the mid-23rd century. And not to be overlooked is Pluto's final re-entry into Aquarius on November 20th of this year, and the continued build-up to the super epic configurations occurring in 2026, the gate of the fire horse. Remember, your spiritual journey is up-leveling you even when you can't see it. If you need to know how to discover where your houses fall within your natal chart, you can visit any search engine site and type free natal astrology chart. You'll have to key in your birthday and time if you know it, and your place of birth. I recommend choosing the Placidus or whole sign house system. If given a choice, I'd start with tropical Western astrology rather than Vedic or sidereal. Or you can visit my site listed in the description below if you'd like your chart prepared by a professional astrologer. If you're interested in being a part of the Gate of the Fire Horse community, please visit my website. The Gate of the Fire Horse is a fastly approaching epic configuration crystallizing in the outer reaches of our solar system by 4 super potent, radically transformative, and magical planets. Please see my video introduction to Project 17 if you wish to experience the first Gate of the Fire Horse project in the portfolio. If you're interested in my fusion martial arts choreo energetic practice, Hung Chi, see my website where you can learn all the basic postures and passes for the zodiac, the planets, key transits, and other astro features. Hung Chi is a subtle, energetic, spiritual, holistic, Aquarian group art form. This video has provided some broad and generalized astrological advice. If you'd like customized and focused advice about a particular event or undertaking, contact me using the information below, and you can place an order on my site. In addition to natal chart and electional chart services, I also provide Sophianic spirituality, higher self activations, and general consultations for spirituality, health and wellness, and career. You can also schedule time for a one-to-one consultation with me directly on my site. If you're in the Los Angeles area, please take a look at the online group I organize, Los Angeles Shamanism Meetup Group. Last but not least, if you're interested in participating in a Sophia Circle journey, I'm a certified Sophia Circle journey leader who conducts both live in the LA area and online virtual circles. Instructions for joining can be found on my site on the services page. Thank you again for spending your time with me today. Ra'el Bo.